mycoachministry.com. We're on a mission to empower 1 million purpose-driven entrepreneurs, turning calling into currency. Through strategic coaching, we guide visionary leaders, brand elevation, and creative empowerment, helping leaders break barriers and own their identity. Build impactful, wealth-generating brands that echo across generations. This is Free Money Wednesdays, where funding meets vision. Access becomes strategy, the fastest way to get attention. Apply for funding that lets them see your brand in motion. If you're building something worth backing, visibility starts here.
All right, so welcome to Free Money Wednesdays. I am Coach Raquel again, and we're smack in the middle of Refresh, Relax, Renew, of course, episode 33. All right. But before I go into the grants and all of what I'm going to share with you today, there's someone I want to introduce to you. His name is Keith Merritt, and his program is called The Next Level with Keith. So I was on his show. I was a guest on his show, his last episode, and it was such a beautiful experience. I enjoyed all of it, and it is my pleasure, my honor, and with such pride that I introduce to you today, right here in the middle of Free Money Wednesdays, The Next Level with Keith. Keith is one of my clients, one of my members, one of my partners, but I don't know if I should say this part, but Keith is my divine big brother. That's what I would say. He's one of my angels that has been assigned to me. I don't know in your mind what you see a big brother as, but for me, a big brother is a trusted, safe place that does not require of me anything to go to him. Keith is the person who I can say anything about him behind his back and I'm never concerned. It's weird because he's the first person in my life I've ever had that kind of freedom with, where when I tell you, it's like, I know this person is like, this is my big brother that God gave me. And I asked for it. I had asked for it, but I didn't even realize when I got it. And the funny thing is, if not for Keith, he wouldn't be in my life. It's because I feel like, I don't know if he would say that, but I feel like he fought to stay in my life, to show me that, hey, I'm not going to abandon you or leave you. I'm gonna stay in the ring with you. I'm gonna be here with you as you do your self-work, as you go through your process. And he didn't give me distance, and he didn't give me weight, and he didn't give me, he just showed up, and he was just available, and he created a space in his life for me. And I just want to say thank you. So he's more than just a business partner or a client. He's very important to me because he was divinely placed in my life. And I'm learning now that a lot of people are divinely placed in my life. I just didn't know it. And I was rebelling against it all, And he was able to, understand and navigate with me. So I just want to say thank you to Keith. Keith is such a special person to me. And I just want to say thank you so much. Now, let me introduce you to his show.
To the Next Level with Keith, where clarity replaces confusion and simple systems lead to real freedom. Every episode begins with intention, music that centers your mind, lifts your spirit, and prepares you for transformation. This is your space for growth, your place to reset, your moment to rise, rethinking your thinking. Because when you shift your mind, you shift your money. Stack and grow, where small, intentional steps turn into lasting wins. Simple strategies, real progress. Your circle, your currency, because your network matters. Mobile money moves, business, income, and empowerment from the device in your pocket. This isn't just talk, it's guidance, it's strategy, it's movement. Welcome to the Next Level with Keith. Let's begin.
This episode spoke to you. It's because you're ready.
Ready for your money to work for you. Ready for practical steps, not just motivation. Ready for faith-led financial freedom. Ready to build stability, peace, and confidence for your family. You're not alone on this journey. The Next Level isn't just a podcast. It's a movement toward freedom, one episode at a time. Stay connected. Listen anytime at podcast.keithmerritt.com. Explore the Next Level Movement Hub. Subscribe on YouTube at Keith Merritt. Like, share, comment. Your engagement helps this message reach more families. Take your next step. Visit keithmerritt.com/impact/the next level. Subscribe for the latest blog from the Freedom Resource Hub and join the Next Level Resource Network. Choose the hub that fits your journey: music and speaking, family protection, digital learning, passive income, or Keith's book and reading hub. Press play. Take action. Your next level is calling.
Powerful stuff. Oh my gosh. So that is the Next Level with Keith. And I'd like you to check it out. It's every Monday. It's live every Monday at 9 p.m. Every Monday, 9 p.m. Keith goes live. Very powerful show, podcast, and program. Very powerful, not just the podcast, but the program around his podcast. As you heard, I'm not going to repeat it for you because you just heard it, but real powerful stuff. Now, it's time for us to go into our money moves, our money matters. All right, our money matters for this episode of Free Money Wednesdays. Now, the last episode I went through this with you. I went through and shared with you all the grants that are currently the 2026 funding opportunities for NGOs and entrepreneurs, your essential guide for January. And we have receipts included, deadlines verified, hope funded. Now it's for you to go there and to familiarize yourself with it, see what's available and what grants are still open. So for example, as you can see, we have some that have already expired. The deadlines have already passed, but we have one for February 6, February 14. Yes, let's go down the line. Then we have a rolling one for January 31. And we'll give you tips and all of that. And all the links are there. And see, we have another one for January 28, February 19, September 30. Still open. And then we have one for January 21, February 9. So there are grants there currently that you can go ahead and apply for. They're there. You can go ahead and you can apply for them now. So I'm not going to go back through it because I went through every single one of them in the last episode where I talked about all of it, and I shared the information with you. So you can go back to the last episode of Free Money Wednesdays and get all the details, or just go to the website, the Free Money blog on my website, mycoachministry.com. I want to share something with you today. We need to be mindful of what attracts our attention. What gets our attention? Are we paying attention to the things that are empowering? Because often it happens to me too. The things that get our attention sometimes are not necessarily the positive things, are not always the things that are important for us. Sometimes the appetite, it's like your diet, right? When your appetite is for sweets and nice, quote unquote, nice things. You know what I had to do when it came to food? I had a very bad relationship with food, a very poor relationship with food. And I had to say to myself, you know what? I have to change what tastes good to me. I decide if it tastes good, and I'm going to change what tastes good. And I made a decision with myself, and I said, you know what? Vegetables taste good. Healthy foods start tasting good as of today. And that's how I started my food blog. I have a food blog and a food vlog, a recipe website. tastyfoodadventures.com, and on YouTube you can find me at Kelly's ASMR. I had to change how I do food, and so I started filming it, recording myself eating and eating different. And when I started, I'm like, hang on here, but vegetables are good. It's just how it was being presented to me as this little thing on the side. When the vegetable can be, for example, cucumber to me replaces a lot of I don't want to say carbs, because this is not about dieting. It's about just enjoying food, and food that's good for you. Food that, how I eat now, I eat things that make me feel good when I'm done eating. I have not had indigestion in a long time. I don't remember the last time I had something like that. What is that again? I have not had this thing that called niggeritis or ethnic discomfort or whatever. I don't even know what that is. But that feeling you feel like as soon as you finish eating, you want to go to sleep. I have not had that in years. Years. Now, when I eat, I want to move. I want to get up. I just feel good. And it's not about dieting. It's about learning yourself, learning your body. For example, I know when I eat flour, it gives me mucus. I know that now. I didn't know that before. It's about learning who you are and what and how to feed yourself that which is kind to you, whether it is through your eye gate, ear gate, mouth gate, whatever. Right? You determine your taste. And I think we need to, I had to do this for my brain and my mind. I have to manage my mind. Right? I have to feed it positive things, just like I have to feed myself foods that make me feel good about myself, you know? Yeah. So we need to shift what entertains us. We have the power to do that. Okay, so today's topic on what I want to share with you is 10 ways to cultivate a grant funding mindset and culture. And I'm sharing, oh, that's 9 of them? Why do I feel it's only 9 of them on the screen? Uh-oh. It's okay. I'm sharing some of it. Couldn't hold, so yeah. Anyway, so 10 ways to cultivate a grant funding mindset and culture. This is for entrepreneurs, faith-based leaders, and mission-driven builders. It's for these people because these are the people I serve in my divine purpose, in my business. Grant funding is not about chasing money. It is about stewarding vision. A healthy grant mindset reframes funding as alignment between purpose, preparation, and provision. When faith and strategy work together, fundraising becomes less intimidating and more intentional. This that I'm sharing with you is designed to help entrepreneurs and leaders cultivate a sustainable, confident, and ethical funding culture within their organization or personal venture. So number 1, very important, reframe fundraising as stewardship. Don't just see it as making money. And remember, fundraising is everything you do to generate income. Whether it's a job that you go to get hired as an employee so you can earn, reframe your job as stewardship. The service you're providing, you're stewarding over a divine purpose that God gave you. Go with intention. I like to call it mindfulness in ministry, because ministry is what we all do. It's not just churches that have a ministry. Everything you do based on your divine purpose is your ministry in this world to God. My ministry is coaching. I run a coach ministry. You're an accountant, you have an accounting ministry. You're HR ministry. Human development ministry. Yes? All right. So you got to reframe money making or income generating as stewardship. It's the reward you're getting for your stewardship and your obedience. Funding is not begging. It is resourcing what you are called to build. Funding is not begging, it is resourcing what you are called to build. A stewardship mindset recognizes that grants exist to fuel impact, not ego. When your mission serves people, funding becomes a responsibility, not a favor. The key shift from asking for money to accountability for impact. Reflection prompt. What mission or responsibility requires proper funding in this season? Number 2, build confidence through self-efficacy. Self-efficacy. Confidence in funding grows through action, not perfection. Believing that you can complete the grant process, even imperfectly, keeps momentum alive. Each submission strengthens capacity. Practice. Keep a simple wins log. Grants researched, applications submitted, feedback received. Progress builds belief. Replace hopeful intentions with clear plans. Desire alone does not create funding, structure does. It's funny, right? Because we shared something with a client, and I remember the client replied and was asking, well, how do we measure this? How is a fundraising fundraising that we're proposing? And they're asking, so how are you going to measure this? How are you going to do that? Let me tell you. You see, we can sell you anything we want to sell you. I can give you numbers if you want numbers. But you see, that's not how it works. It is systems and structures you need to put in place. And when those systems are in place, it has to work. If you're doing your work, that is. If you know you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you've built the correct system, and you followed your obedience, and you make sure there's a structure that's set up around your business, and you do what you're called to do, and you're stewarding it as you're supposed to, the only way you're failing is if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And sadly, a lot of persons, even myself, sometimes we get lazy and we get distracted. And sometimes God gives us money for the business and we go use it to do something else. We go use it because it's Christmas, it's Thanksgiving, when it was supposed to be used to steward what God gave you to do, so that it can then reproduce and give you abundance to do the other things you want to do. Anyway, desire alone does not create funding. Structure does. Implementation, intentions help translate faith into follow through. For example, if it is Wednesday evening, then I work on my grant pipeline for 30 minutes. Consistency beats intensity. Number 4, treat grants like a pipeline, not a gamble. A funding culture thrives on systems. Track opportunities the same way you track clients or projects. Suggested stages: identified, eligible, in progress, submitted, follow up. What gets tracked gets funded. Number 5, lead with outcomes, not emotion. Funders invest in clarity. It's like me. I am most effective when I have clarity. And this is something that even in marriages, I think sometimes leaders don't understand. You have to give us clarity. As your wives, you have to give your wives clarity. If you really truly want her to support for you and show up for you, she has to have clarity in your goals, where you're heading. Anyway, I'm derailing. It's a conversation that came back to my head. A conversation I was having someone came back to my head. Funders invest in clarity. Using a logic model helps connect your activities to real world outcomes. Core elements: inputs, activities, outputs, short-term outcomes, long-term impact. Faith inspires work. Structure explains it. I like that. Number 6, normalize measurement and evaluation. Measurement is not punishment, it is proof. A strong, just as she was saying, what are the measurable outcomes? All right. A strong funding culture tracks impact in simple, repeatable ways. Start small. Choose 3 metrics you can track monthly. Progress documented is progress multiplied. So when you're going to do something with someone, or for example, you're going to invest, it's not for them to necessarily tell you the measurables. It's you that should, when you have that proposal in your hand, you should sit and look at it and say, okay, how do I measure this? What do I align this thing to? Right? They're going to give you what they measure, what they do by, but you need to make sure that in your business, you have a system that is tracking what you're doing. And it's not just this here or that, there's everything together. It's the system, the structure in place. Number 7, redefine rejection as information. It certainly is. And protection. Not every grant is alignment. Rejection does not mean failure. It provides feedback. After every no, ask, was the eligibility a match? Were outcomes clear? Was the timing right? Learning shortens the path to yes. Number 8, build resilience into the process. Grant writing requires emotional endurance. Avoid burnout by working in focused, time-bound sprints. Healthy rule: no grant session longer than 90 minutes without a break. Sustainable energy sustains results. And number 9, anchor funding in ethics and equity. Funding should never compromise dignity. Ethical fundraising centers partnership, transparency, and respect for the communities served. Language matters. Avoid deficit-based storytelling. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes when I'm speaking to persons, especially people leading the charge for God, people who steward over kingdom work, the deficit-based storytelling. I can't, I don't have, oh, I'm so broke. Then God did not call you to do this then. Drop it. Drop it. It's better to stop saying God sent you to do something than to say he sent you to do something, but he did not resource you for it. The lies we tell. And sometimes we're not even aware of the story we're telling. The trauma-led, trauma-filled stories, the deficit-based. Come on. We have to do better than that. We have to, our lifestyle, our business practices must reflect the grace and the goodness of God. It has to. So we need to avoid the deficit-based storytelling, the lamentations. Emphasize collaboration and capacity. Say how you can be helped. Instead of talking about what you don't have, talk about what you have and what you're willing to do. Integrity attracts alignment. And the final one, number 10, integrate faith with preparation. Faith does not replace systems. It strengthens them. A healthy rhythm includes prayer for wisdom, planning for action, preparation of documents. Faith fuels courage. Preparation builds credibility. Yes? Now, here's our closing reflection. This is what I want you to think about this, yes? Funding flows where clarity, consistency, and courage meet. Ooh, leadership. That's leadership. Funding flows where clarity. The vision? Does your team have your vision? Do they know the vision? Have you put the vision out there so it can be made clear so people can understand, okay, this is what I'm helping these persons to achieve? Do you have the kind of alignment with the people your partners and teams where they can understand where you're heading and see how they align with where you're going? Those things are important. You're not failing because the work isn't necessarily good enough. You're failing. Sometimes we fail because of that alignment. And some of us are just on faith and faith alone. You have to it's a combination of things. My head will not operate without my arms and my legs and my body. All of this come together to make me, to make me, and to make me efficient, and to make me workable, and to make me able and capable, you know? So here's a mantra. We do not, this is my mantra is, no struggle love, no struggle money. No struggle love, no struggle money. And by that I mean alignment only. What flows. And I'm not talking about, when I say struggle, I'm not talking about the fight for something you believe in or something that God confirmed, or having patience. That's what I mean. I mean struggle when you're being depleted by it. You're not being strengthened. Oh my gosh, I just had an aha moment. It's not depleting you, it's building you. There's a difference. So we do not chase money. We do not chase money. We steward mission with structure, integrity, and faith. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share with you today for our Free Money Wednesday. Let us start cultivating a mindset, a culture of positive effort and alignment on this mission called kingdom building, kingdom service. When we serve God, God is not a mean God, and God would not allow you to become a steward over something that is meant to deplete you. God would not do that. So we have to be careful of the deficit, the deficit, what was it called? Excuse me, the deficit mindset. You know what I mean? That we have. And no, I like what it said, so I want to go back for it. The deficit mindset. We're in too much of a deficit mindset, man. We're more abundant than this. Come on now. And I think sometimes we do it because we don't want to have to pay for something, or we don't want to invest, but you have to. That's why God gave you the money. That's why he gives you the energy. That's why he gives you the ideas. That's why God gave you the ideas. Where is it? I can't even find it. Well, you heard it. I said it. You know, this deficit mindset has to go. It has to go. And you know, one of the things that I've learned in my entrepreneurial journey is that, but it is a deficit mindset, deficit-based storytelling. That's what it was. Deficit-based storytelling. You know what I learned in being an entrepreneur? It pays me to pay. It pays me to pay. Because whoever pays, that's who gets the reward. And let me tell you something, why a lot of us are in ministry and we are in a deficit. It's because someone else is paying. It's not you that's paying. It's your donors that's paying, so the blessing goes back to the donor. Yeah? It's the tithers that are paying, so the blessing goes back to the tither. If you want the blessing to come back to you, if you want the return on investment to come back to you, then you're the one who has to do the investment. I'm not saying you're the only one. But a lot of times, we're in this place of a deficit because we are unwilling to pay even when God makes provision. We want someone else to take on that bill, not understanding that whoever covers the bill also attracts the return on investment. That's where the return on investment goes back to. Anyway, that's all I'm going to share for today. It is my hope that something I shared here was helpful for you, was beneficial, was inspiring, but mostly empowering to you. I want you to be empowered. And I want when you go out there that people see that we serve a God that empowers us. All right. So this has been Free Money Wednesdays for this episode. I'm Coach Raquel, and thank you so much for staying with me.
Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
I love to open new packages. I want to give you the latest information on the top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and this is a passion project for me, so I'm so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching.